And what you would typically hear from our friends in the Indo-Pacific region oftentimes is that, hey, don't force us to choose. Don't force us to choose between Washington and Beijing. But I think it is becoming clear to countries in the region that it's not a choice between Washington and Beijing. It's a choice between sovereignty and servitude.
So what can we say about this video? Is it propaganda or does it have some truths? And I think a little bit of both. And a framework to understand it is Mearsheimer's theory of regional superpowers. Going back to the video, what this national security expert and advisor to the Trump administration says is there are states in the Indo-Pacific area which look at China as the aggressor and at us, the United States of America, as a possible hope, a good ally to maintain their national independence and sovereignty. Well, we look at that. That's true. A lot of states in there are trying to look at the West, at Australia, at the West as, civilization like Australia, Singapore, US, just opposed to China, to maintain their freedom and independence and sovereignty. And really at the most practical stage, not ideologically, but at the most practical level, maintain the sovereignty over their territory, right? Keep their territory safe and within their borders. But on the other side, someone might say, well, what did the U.S. do with South America?
By arming, training, and supporting government forces and death squads in El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, and the rebel Contras in Nicaragua.
Did South America look at the U.S. as hope and an ally to maintain their sovereignty and national security and control over their territory? No, right? And so how can we understand it? And the good framework is the theory of Mearsheimer's about regional superpowers. And what he said is that each big state has a goal to become the regional superpower, the most powerful state in its region. Like for the U.S., becoming the superpower and having control over their continents, North America, South America. And he will say for China, East Asia, right? At least. So, and what that theory continues with is it states as the goal, the primary goal of becoming a regional superpower and avoiding any other state first to become a global superpower, and you avoid it by saying, by becoming the regional superpower in your region, and by avoiding them in the first place to become the regional superpower in the region.
Will we permit the Soviet Union to put a second Cuba, a second Libya, right on the doorstep of the United States?
In this way we can really understand how the U.S. became the regional superpower in the Americas, and how China is trying to reinforce its state and really become the regional superpower in East Asia, and how the U.S. is always aiming to become the global superpower, being the strongest regional superpower in its region, more than any other regional superpower in its region. The United States wants to avoid that China becomes the regional superpower in East Asia, and that's basically what's happening.